Oh, I can't figure it out. It's so annoying. Like I want to be able to do what's it called? I can't figure this out. It's like I can't remember what it's called. It's not. Is it Streamlabs? Hey guys. Oh, I'm so glad. Like they're like somebody commented, or I would have just been sitting in here cussing out the computer trying to figure it out, and wouldn't have even known that people could hear me. I need a manager. That's what I need. I need a personal manager. Hey, Lake, KD, hey, Grandma Sherry. I need a manager. Just someone to just help me out. Hey, Angel Bear. Uh, that's what I need. I can't figure it out. Like I have tried so many different times. What is it called? Other people, Adobe, maybe, where they don't have. This is what I don't like, and I see other channels and they don't have this. So watch. This is what I'm trying. What I was trying to see if I could do on just going live on YouTube, and then actually went live. This is what I don't like. Like this whole thing. Like I have to show all of this, and I can't just like pull up a picture and put it on here. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? There's got to be a way. But yeah. Hey Chris. Hey Julianne, how are you? Digital. Good to see you. Polygraph. For something. That would be my luck. Yeah, that was weird. Like I thought I was just trying to figure it out and like set it up. And then but yeah, I must have when I hit the go live button, that should have been my first clue. Sometimes. Sometimes. It's a rough day. I was just excited I didn't have to work today. Honestly. I was like so overjoyed. The the project that I'm getting ready to do is oh, I was dreading it, but it's good extra income, like good money, but it got canceled. So it's just delayed. So I was like, I have a whole day to just like I have nothing to do. Like all the laundry's done, the dishes are clean, the house is clean, kids are at work. So I've just been joining streams and apparently having one. But I never know when a good time is, as far as like uh when to go live. It just seems to be like really all over the place. Hey GP. Yeah, it is a great day. And oh my gosh, I just realized so I have to work a lot tomorrow, but I was supposed to do the same project on Friday too. So since it's delayed, I'm off work on Friday too. All day. So that's exciting. I should probably do something. I should probably try to find somewhere to work. Oh, mushroom hunting again today. Didn't find crap. Mushroom hunters seems to be the ones that always find human remains. Okay, back at salon. You work at a salon? You did. I love marbles. Yeah, I'll tell you what, like there's other communities that are just really wild. There's a lot of wild. Oh, nice. Hey, Freckle Joy. There's like a lot of wild I don't know, what do you call them, like cliques or this different groups. I guess it's called like Voight, which I don't even know what that stands for, or like drama communities. And then, of course, the Summer Wells case. Whoa. Oh, really, Angel Bear? Yeah, it's like one of those things where I make such good money at it for a lot shorter hours, you know? Hey, Ruckus, why don't you join me? I don't think we've had a live, just the two of us, have we? Or did we? I don't know. A Brazilian blowout. Those are nice. Those are nice. My hair is so fine and just, man. Yeah, people are so crazy. People are so crazy. Well, you got to show your face, but anybody wants to jump up. Yeah. Ruckus, do you like razor? Do you get your head razored? Like by a barber or Hey Georgina, how are you doing? Good to see you too. Hey Archlux. So does yeah, mine's fine too, Freckle Joy. So it does help with the like Hey Sleuth, what's up? Sleuth's got a members only tonight. The last one was pretty good, but True Crime, it's True Crime Web, right? Steve? Mr. Steve's joining you? Oh, looky here. DEA.
Hey, hey, what's going on?
Where'd you get that hat?
My son, actually.
Nice.
Yes, yes. But yeah, I shave my head. But since I had this shoulder surgery, it's kind of rough. I do it less often.
Yeah, that sucks.
And what are you going to do? A mold?
Was it a frozen shoulder?
No, just from years of abuse on it, I had both shoulders replaced, total replacement with reverse. They switched the ball and socket around. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. But it
I've
feels
seen the
great.
x-rays of that.
Mm.
Woo.
I was amazed. I've had shoulder surgeries before and it was miserable. This is much better. I should
Well,
have
that's
done this in
good.
the first place.
Yeah,
But
my daughter's got a connective tissue disorder, so she's had her knees redone, both
mm,
of them. Boy, well, I mean, we had to move in with my mom and dad temporarily because I couldn't handle it on my own. She had a straight leg brace for 8 weeks. Oh my gosh.
I couldn't imagine. I don't walk on my shoulders. You know what I mean? People that get their knees done and stuff, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Whew. Jump up
Now,
here, Sleuth, if you want.
is my mic too loud? I know you mentioned that in the last chat you were
No,
in.
it sounds
Okay.
good. It sounds
Okay.
good. Yeah, it was like I don't know. It was one your mic got really loud all of a sudden, but it wasn't loud the whole time, and then someone else's mic would get really loud. It was like this ghost was controlling all of the microphones.
Was it on the porch?
Uh, yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. It's
Because
they all
sometimes
ready
on
to
the
go
porch, I
now.
have to get close to and yell just so you can get a word in edgewise.
Oh, 100%.
I love that
100%.
show, though. I love
I
going
do
on there with
too.
those guys.
I know that they were talking about they don't like conspiracy night, but I love it. It's so fun.
It is fun. It is fun. Just listening to Tom once he gets going, he cracks
Yeah.
me up.
Oh yeah.
His laugh makes me laugh. You
I
know.
know, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, I like conspiracies. I think it's I mean, not that like I I'm like a closet conspiracy.
Yeah.
I try to
Well, I
keep it
don't know.
contained.
I know you've been dabbling in Discord. If you go into Prof's Discord, he's
Dude,
all about that conspiracy stuff.
I just left. I couldn't like I never been able to like type anything. So I just was like, I'm just gonna leave because
Yeah.
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, it's fun. I go in there and check it once in a while. I have
Yeah.
my Discord's like a Discord for the people. I don't kick anybody. I don't ban anybody. I don't know if
Oh.
you saw, there was just so much going on. Alex brought Greeno in. So I ended up
Yeah.
making Greeno tabs. There was an anti Greeno, pro Greeno, fuck Greeno, who cares Greeno. So, but I deleted all those now that he's gone. So
I know. I saw that.
yeah, he left. He left. I didn't kick him. Prof did. Prof banned him, and then he just left mine. So I blocked him. I was like, "Well, you had a shot, you know."
You don't end up in any more surprise lives.
Yeah, I mean, for a while there, no matter what live I was on, it's like crazy, man. And I got people mad at me. I said, "Look, I can't control this stuff,"
Yeah,
you
you
know.
can't. It is it is what it is. Well, this is an accidental stream because I was trying to figure out how to go live from just YouTube.
Oh,
But
okay.
so apparently when you hit the go live button on YouTube, you go live. This is a dumb moment.
Like
So I
immediately?
was trying to, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
thought I'd be able to like set it up. And then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, there's something like ticked up on the right side of my screen. I was like, oh my gosh, there's people commenting.
Yeah, I've never done it that way.
I couldn't get my
You know.
camera to work, and I was like, well, I guess if people like a bunch of like there was like 4 or 5 people jumped on. I was like, all right, well, I'll just head over here and do a surprise stream. I'm off work today, so happy about it.
And everybody's been saying that, and I'm having the same thing too, where I'm not getting notifications. So I wonder
Yeah,
if they got notified. That's why they jumped on. You know, if you go
must
straight through
have.
YouTube, yeah.
There's some where I've tried all the tricks, where you unsubscribe, then subscribe back, hit the notification bell, and I don't know what the deal is. There's just some like I don't get the notifications, or
Hmm.
I'll get them the next day, like 22 hours after it's over. I'll get a notification for it. I'm like, that doesn't do me any good. I like lives.
And it appears that this has been going on for a couple months with
Yeah.
YouTube. You know, I've seen people complaining about it. Looks like LA's in here.
Oh boy,
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah. He just had a live. I was watching his
Yeah.
live. I had rehab this morning and they beat me up. So I was like, I'm
Oh,
not doing it. Yesterday and today, they beat me up. So,
yeah. Rehab's the worst.
yeah. Well, I just had the right one done in December, so it's not fully healed. And I lied because I wanted to get him done quick. I told
Yeah.
myself as soon as I can wipe my butt with my right hand, I'm getting the left one done. So I did, but man, it wasn't ready. The right one gets so fatigued so
Right.
quick.
So now you know why you don't lie to your doctor.
Yeah, but I always lie to him anyways. You know.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I
I
don't
always
care
have
what
to
they
go
say.
to mean doctors. Like if they're not mean to me, like I won't obey. Like they
Yeah.
have to threaten me with like death or, all right, that's fine. You can just die then. Bye. I'm
Otherwise,
like,
you're
wait,
worried
what?
about what they're up to. If they're not me, it's like, who is this person? Where'd you
Yeah,
get your degree at?
yeah, I don't trust them.
I
I
use
gotta
the
do that.
VA, so they're all like that. Well, there's a
Yeah.
reason they're VA doctors. You know, no
Yeah.
bedside manner. They don't care.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like my daughter, she had at one time in her life, she had like 9 specialists, like in all the different body systems.
Mm.
And man, it's like, where did you get your personality? Like I didn't care because I wanted the best doctors for her. I didn't care about their bedside manner, but some of them were just like,
Mm. Yeah,
you
they
went
get
into
paid for what they
pediatric
know.
cardiology? Are you serious? Like
Yeah.
scaring kids half to death. The one guy, this first cardiologist we took her to, he comes in the room and he's just super like blunt and rude, which I'm like, all right, that's fine. And you could tell he was super intelligent. But then all of a sudden he like looks down at his like beeper and was like, I have to expose of a patient. I'll be right back. And my daughter looked at me and she was like, are they gonna throw him off the balcony? Is that how
Yeah.
he's gonna get rid of him? No.
You never know. You never know.
Oh,
How's she
yeah, it's
doing now?
crazy. Oh, she's great,
Oh, good.
especially with she just had her cardiac visit and she's got bad valves and a small aneurysm. So, but everything stayed the same, which is the best news we could get, you know.
Mm.
So, she's going off to college next year, be an empty nester. It's going to be
Oh,
crazy.
but you know what? Don't blink because they come home with kids. It's happened to me. Trust me.
I hope
They
they won't.
leave and then they come back with kids.
No, no, thank you.
Not
I ain't
that I
raising
love
those.
it.
I ain't raising those babies.
I
You
didn't. I'm
do?
not complaining. I love it. Oh yeah, we see them every other
I'm
weekend. We get the grandbabies.
I'm
But
just not ready for that.
yeah, my wife wasn't either. You know, we got married young and had kids young, so
Yeah.
she was like a 40-year-old grandmother almost. You know, so she's like, I'm not ready for this. You know, but now we're hip. You know,
Oh.
but the grandbabies are like 12 and 13, so it's not going to be much longer
Oh.
that they even want to come see us. You know.
Yeah.
You know, we
With
get the
the
Xbox, PlayStation, computers, all that, and
oh.
but pretty soon, you know, they're going to discover boys and girls, and we'll be out of the picture. You know,
Yeah.
but
That's a
they come up
struggle.
here. I go through all their electronics. They hate
Do
that.
you?
But oh yeah, Papa don't play. You ain't coming up in here with none of that shit. I've showed them all the Delphi stuff, and especially my granddaughter. She was crying. She was so
Yeah.
upset, and I said, "See, you ain't getting away with nothing up here, girl. You know,
Mhm.
try that shit with your parents. You ain't coming up in here talking to nobody. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that."
It's important. I can remember I didn't give them cell phones and I was not ready for them to have them, but you know, I'm divorced, so it happened. But so my daughter um she was supposed to be asleep and her phone was supposed to be in the kitchen, but you know, it happened. And so it's about 12 o'clock at night, and she comes to me with her phone and she is bawling and she is so scared. Like I can see it. And she hands me her phone, and it was through TikTok. Like some, you know, perv was trying to get her to send him nude pictures of herself.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just you should have seen this this kick like the scam of it. I mean, he had her school emblem. He had like the right age, the right class, the right pictures, you know, looking like he's at a sporting event at the school. Like it was done up to look legit. So she thought this older boy was like liking her, you know?
Mm. Yeah.
And then it started immediately going into send me a picture of you. Send me, take your shirt off, kissing me. And it was just like so incessant. And she just kept getting him. She didn't know what to do. So she brought me her phone. And I'm like, all right, fuckhead. Like, let's go. Like, I'm pretended to be her
Mm.
for like an hour. And it got to the point where the account was like, I'm outside your house. And I was alone, you know, like,
Mm.
and
Mm.
I got so scared I had to call the police department in the middle of the night, and they came out, and
And how old was she, Mel, at that time?
she was like 12,
Phew.
10 or 12, somewhere between 10 and 12. I'm terrible with time and
That's
But
crazy
yeah,
though.
yeah, it was just before the girls there my oldest daughter is the same age as Libby. So yeah, it really hit home, and she looks like her too. So that it just really hit me hard. But
Well, I can
yeah,
understand where you're coming from, but man, I wish one of them pieces of shit would be outside my house.
oh, I mean, I was like, and it just got really scary, and almost that just that intimidation of wanting a picture so bad, you know. But the cops came, and the cop that came, he was like, "Yeah, we just did a bus. There was just like not even a block away from us. Another perv got a hold. She was 9, and the mom did the same thing as I did and set up a meet, and they arrested the guy in the gazebo at the park where he's supposed to meet a 9-year-old little girl."
Can you imagine? I mean, I've seen it. I'm desensitized to it. I'll admit that. But it bothers me. It really does. It breaks my heart. But I'm able to talk about it without any emotion just because I've dealt with this shit. But
Right.
these people, they don't care. They don't think they're going to get caught. They don't think ahead. They're
Yeah.
sick. They're sick people. And, to the normal person, it's like, what are you thinking? What did you think you wouldn't get caught? No, they didn't think they'd get caught.
Mm-hmm.
They think they'll totally get away with it. In
Exactly.
today's day and age, everything's on the cloud and you can't hide anything. So
No.
it was a playground for a while for these people, between TikTok and Yahoo Chat and all those kind of things. But
Yeah.
now they have to be really careful. Now they go over the dark web,
Oh
and,
God.
and go through that and use VPNs and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be really diligent. I mean, don't be a
Yeah.
child's friend.
That's
They'll,
what that guy did, or
yeah.
whoever was on the other end. Like, it bound they sent it to the cyber like a cyber crimes unit. I'm not sure where
Mm.
that's at, but when they got all the information back, the detective called me and it was like, yeah, it bounced off every country.
Mm.
Just we couldn't ever it never landed. So it's one of those, just
But but that's a sicko.
highly highly I mean, you got to think. So you basically what he had to do was stalk a school, then he stalked a middle school, then stalk a high school to make it appear that he is a older boy, picked freshmen so it wasn't too creepy for her age group, and having pictures that look like they had to have been stolen from the high school. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
to go to all of this much like detail for a profile. Like, I mean, we see it with the Anthony Shot stuff.
Sure. It's the same thing.
It's the same exact thing. It was just on Kick,
Yeah.
but Kick got really bad.
To me
But
they're all really bad. I mean, I don't know how to I barely know how to do Discord, but TikTok, Kick, all that stuff.
I
Meet
know.
me, whatever it is. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. I don't even deal with it, to be honest with you. Just
Yeah,
I know how to look at my grandkids' accounts. That's
right.
about it. I want to
Yeah.
make sure they're talking to their friends, legitimate friends. If they don't know them, they can't talk to them when they're up here. I ain't
Hey,
with it.
Butterfly Kisses, Sea Bins, Mother of Dragons, Just Serve Daily. Wow. 33 people watching this random accidental live. You must have sent them to your people.
Uh-uh. No, I just seen you were live, and I just stopped in to say hello.
Yeah, I
That's all.
was just
You
hanging
having
out
some
today.
fun on the other live today on LA and Kai's. Kai's awesome too.
Oh my gosh, I love her.
Yeah,
She is really cool.
she's like
Like,
the glue. She keeps everybody in check.
100%, 100%.
And that stuff that she makes, her cups and bowls
I
and stuff like that, is
know.
amazing.
It is so cool.
Even her videos, her little shorts that she does for her, you
Yeah.
know,
They're
so,
like
is amazing. Yeah, the
mental health
music's
for
good.
me.
I can't do any of that stuff. That's why I do lives. I'm an idiot. I
Me
can't do
too.
any of that.
I've put a couple little videos together like a couple weeks ago, just like basically, here's Greeno's lie, here's the truth.
Mm.
Just pointing things out, but man, it's ridiculous how long it takes me to do a 2-minute video. Like
Yeah, it's. But then
I
there's
don't,
people
I
like
can't.
Grizzly Matic. Bang, 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 knocks him
Oh,
out
I
in 2 seconds.
know. Yeah,
Makes
I
me
got a
sick.
bone to pick with him.
I'm,
He's not done nothing for me.
I'm so jealous. He
I
helped
want
me. I
one.
did my own intro and outro, and don't ask me how I did it, but somehow I figured it out. But he was able to put my voiceover on it because I switched from doing StreamYard and OBS. I got Ecamm because it's made for Mac products, and I have an Apple computer. So,
Oh,
and it's going really smooth. I don't know if you saw that interview with me in LA, but it looks really cool. We're in circles on either side of the screen and a nice picture in the background instead of side by side and stuff like that. It's pretty neat.
yeah, I did see that. The one that you guys did with no, that wasn't. I felt bad yesterday because I went live and then I was like, "Oh shit, like you three were live on True Crime Web."
Mm. Now, Missy's husband reached out to Steve,
Hey Amy,
so that's pretty cool.
Missy Beavers?
Hmm. Her husband
Really?
Brandon reached out to Steve. Yeah, I've spoke with him before. When I first started doing YouTube, I was doing it with somebody else,
Mm,
and they were talking with him. But I started doing this on my own, so I get out of that. So
yeah.
I had a chance to talk to him once. Very forthcoming, nice guy. You know,
Yeah.
but,
Missy
but I don't
Beavers, that's the one with where she was like in the school building or like at church or something and
church. Yeah, she
the
was teaching
crazy
it.
looking guy.
Yeah, well, I think it's a woman, to be
I
honest with you.
yeah,
Mm.
there's a lot of the especially the way that you the uncomfortableness that you could tell wearing the attire.
Hmm. The
Does that make sense?
mannerisms. Yeah.
Like everything was off because you're not used to wearing, like if you were to put on high heels, you'd look goofy.
Mm.
I'd
But
like to see it, but
that stuff, I've tried it once for Halloween. Yeah, it didn't work. I
yeah,
think I broke
not
my
not having
ankle.
it.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean by that of like if
Yeah.
you're that's what my take on that video is. I don't know how many times I've watched that of just how the creepiest part was it didn't she have like a baton or something and was like raking it along the
She had a hammer
was
and
that
two,
what it was?
yeah, and two crowbars, a flat bar and a crowbar. But there's just too many things. That doesn't even look like police issue uniform. The
No.
helmet is shiny. Police do not issue shiny helmets. That's retarded. You'll get shot in the head.
Yeah.
They're all matte and they absorb light specifically. So,
Yeah.
and the boots look too big. This
Oh, 100%.
person had a very distinguished gait to them.
Uh-huh.
The toes pointed almost straight out. The way they
Right.
swung the hammer to me looks like a female. A male goes more over the top with leverage, not off
Yeah.
to the side and stuff like that.
I totally agree. And there's an element to it of just like I don't know what the right word is, like lackadaisical, just like do do do,
Hmm.
just going through here. Like that was
Yeah.
I think that's the eeriest part of that whole thing of just like obviously the person is on a mission, but it's like that oxymoron of like I'm trying to find someone because I'm going to murder them, but I'm just like doo doo doo, strolling along, checking this door, opening this, raking my
Hmm.
crowbar along this wall, just like all of these, like, you're just on a weekend stroll on the beach, but yet
It's a
the
crazy,
hate.
crazy case because the day usually she does this training camp outside, but it was raining and they knew it was going to rain. So the day before on the Facebook page, they put that listen, if it rains, we still train. So they're going to do
Yeah.
it inside. So this person knew that the alarm system was going to be shut off,
Hmm.
knew the layout of the building, knew that Missy was going to be there at
Right.
4 o'clock. But there's just so much that I'm sure they looked at everybody that has access to all of that. And it's
Yeah,
been
but sometimes you
yesterday
know
was
how that
seven
is.
years.
It's about what you can prove. They
Oh
could
yeah,
know, they could know who it is, but they can't prove it.
yeah. Yeah, Suzanne, the father-in-law, was 1,000 miles away with his son. He has a good alibi. It doesn't mean he's not involved, but you can't ever say that. But it's a crazy case. This is as bad as any of the ones that I've looked at. You know, Um, so we're going to look into it a little bit more. Steve's actually going to Texas, so he's going to go by there, see if he can get in touch with Brandon, her husband, and meet with him and stuff like that.
Yeah, for the Amber Crumb.
Steve's good.
He's so good, and
Yeah,
like he follows through, and like like he does what he says he's gonna do, and I was just like, he's such a cool dude. I love seeing
absolutely.
him with you in LA. I think it's hilarious. Like I love it.
He's as bad as we are,
I
you
know
know. He
he's got a
just,
wild side.
but he just controls it, you know. But he, you
Well,
know,
he's
him,
got Mrs. Steve.
yeah. Well, we talk on the side, you know. Him and I text and stuff like that,
Yeah,
and you know, it's he's hilarious. He's hilarious.
yeah.
I can see
I
why he
know it.
stayed in trouble when he was active duty law enforcement. He likes to play too much, you know. He likes to get involved hands on. He's like I
Yeah,
am, but he's just a little more tactful, you know.
yeah.
I'm that guy with the big mouth. You either love me or hate me, and my son found that out because he works for the same agency that I did. He's like, Dad, I
Oh,
can tell in 2 seconds whether they liked you or not. And he said it's 50-50. Nobody said, well, he's okay. No, they either hate you or they love you, you know.
you're not the middleman kind of guy.
Oh, never have been. Never have been.
I get that same thing a lot in like real day to day life of just like people are, or they'll be like, man, I thought you were such a bitch before I got to know you, and now I like really like you, and I'm like, I hate that. It's like you know you just insulted me, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
doesn't matter that you like me now.
But it's so strange. This whole, I'm old, Mel, you know, so this whole online thing and making friends and stuff like that is new to me.
It is
But
weird, isn't it?
yeah, but people who grew up, you know, like 10 years, if they're 10 years younger than me, this is the norm. I mean, some people, this is their social life, and I don't blame them. You can't really have any problems if you meet friends online and stuff. And
Yeah,
so, you know, I have no issue with it, but it's just new to me. You know,
yeah.
it's so weird. I'm one of these. Listen, I got a power button on my computer. Go ahead, piss me off. I mean, I'll shut it off and go outside and walk in the grass. You know, I don't have to do this. But it's fun. And Steve's helped me a lot. I mean, I'm close to being monetized. I think I need 20 more. And like 2 weeks ago, he's like, "Let me help you out. You know, we'll bring you on the show." So he's really cool, man.
Yeah.
Oh, he's in here now.
Yeah, he said
Oh,
he said his
hey,
name 3 times. Here you
Hey,
go.
Steve. Yeah, it's like Beetlejuice.
Oh, I just love him. I just think he is just you
Oh,
all like I love all 3 of you guys. You guys are the best.
I would love to
That's
go
so
on a
fun.
couple trips with Steve. We'd end up in trouble though.
Yeah.
We'd end up in trouble. But he's got some stuff planned already, and
Yeah.
so he's got some good things going with Chris right now, which is cool.
Chris.
From the Mob Crew, Monster Under My Bed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
I know.
really good. He's really
Yeah.
good, and
I
I could
like
tell
Tom Webster.
he's very thorough. My
I
God,
like
he's
he is very thorough. I love
yes,
that. So is
yeah.
Burn After Reading.
Mm,
I don't know if you checked out Burn After Reading stuff, but he is thorough.
I
He's
have.
I was just kind of like, wow, like watched his West Memphis 3 videos, and it's like we talk here and there, just like collabing on different things and stuff in the background. But he was like, I was like, it's impressive. Like, is there a place that you go to get your research? And he sent me this, like, it's the whole entire case file on West Memphis 3. And I mean, I spent a weekend and a half on like reading and listening to all of it, and I'm not even halfway done. I mean, like,
That
uh,
West Memphis 3 is crazy.
it really is. Like, and I just like, I go so back and forth, but uh, I don't know. They're just being that.
I can't get past that knife that they found in the pond behind that one guy's house, and it matches perfectly the injury to that one of the kids' head. Perfectly matches. I can't get past that. We call that a clue in the business, you know.
Yeah, yeah. There's images of it, and there was 2 knives that were found. I know which one you're talking about, but yeah, like that's a there's just some parts of it that are hard for me to wrap my head around with their age.
Hmm. Did you
Like,
watch Paradise Lost?
yes,
That's what
yeah,
got me into that case, and that's very well done, but it's a little bit biased. I mean, they're looking
it
for
is biased.
views. Yeah, they're looking for views.
Yeah,
But you really get the feel for the players involved. You know, the people who are involved with it. You know,
yeah,
it's messed up.
yeah. It's very complicated. There's like so much to it, and then it kind of gets over ridden, in history and in nowadays, for the opposite effect of this like satanic panic that was like going on in the '90s, and like you've got these kids, and now they would be normal, but his Damien Eccles mental like his history is it's alarming, but I don't know. Like I said, I'm halfway through, but all he has all of the audio interviews of everyone. There's like 60 of them.
Mm. Well, it's
So they're
just,
hard to listen to though, because it's all staticky and
but to me, it all goes back to again. I mean, you can't send you have to keep your kids in your eyesight 24/7. It's not like when we were kids where we could go out and do things. Now you have to worry about all this crap.
yeah,
You know, you look at all the cases that we're looking at. Most
I
of them
know.
involve children,
Yeah,
and it's depressing that
yeah,
they can't grow up with the same kind of atmosphere. I never worried about anybody grab me. I know they'd bring me back. You know, anybody kidnap me, I'd be home by dinner. You know, I'd be the worst
yeah,
hostage ever. But you can't do that now. I mean, we used to cut through neighbors' yards and turn on their water hose and drink right out of the hose when we were kids. And the neighbors didn't yell at us, didn't get mad, call the cops, threaten us, or anything like that. Now you can't do any of that. There's
yeah.
like nobody has any social skills anymore.
No, because they're all like I get so irritated. Take the kids out and they'll have a friend with them, and they know the rule. Like if you're at the table, your phone is in your pocket. It's just not. And so like I tell them like I'm gonna tell your friends what to do. I'm not have like, hey, put your phone down. This is dinner time. This isn't phone time. But you'll see it go in a restaurant and look at everybody at the table is on their phone, sitting together at a table, out to eat, spending money, not socializing with the people that are actually around them.
Hmm. Yeah, it's
That's sad.
crazy. But you know, when their friends come to your house, and I'm not blowing smoke or anything, that may be the only good parenting that they get. You know, where you're just like, listen, don't be rude. Put your
Yeah.
phone in your pocket.
Yeah,
That
they
might
always
be.
look at me like,
Yeah. Well,
what?
nobody
Like,
cares
really?
at their house because mom and dad are on their phones too. You know, at
Yeah.
their house.
And I mean, I'm on my computer a lot, like, especially with like research. So, my kids, but I've always tried to make it like when I started doing this, tried so hard to make it a priority that if my children or my family approached me and I was doing something, like this, it's an automatic shutdown. And now I'm doing that, like, um, but it's hard. It's hard to like balance it all,
Mm.
with work and stuff. And I just wanted to try to, like, it's a good way for me to be able to be I'm going to be doing it anyway. I'm going to be researching it anyway because it's what I've been doing since I was a kid at the library, So,
Mm.
but
You know, I miss that Dewey Decimal System, going to the library, finding things.
the smell,
Ugh. And there was two friends of ours that had money. Their family had money, so they had the Encyclopedia Britannica set, and we thought
yeah,
that was just the coolest thing. You know, we could go
coolest.
over there and research stuff.
Yes, I can remember that. Like, the highlight of my week was I don't know what day of the week it was, but I got to go to the library once a week, and I could be there all day, and I could pick which library I wanted to go to. And like I would have write down all the questions in my little dyslexic hand. I don't even know how I
Yeah.
read it because I'm dyslexic, like pretty bad, like mirror image. And then I'd go to the library with all my questions and like try to find the answers to them all. Like it was the best day.
Yeah,
I've
it's
always wanted
amazing.
that. I always, when I was little, I would dreamed of like living in like the Beauty and the Beast, where she's in that book, all those books all over the walls, and I'm hanging from a ladder,
Yeah,
strolling
gliding
along,
along.
looking
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Well,
That was
that's
like
how I
my
knew.
grown up dream.
That's how I knew I was an asshole when I was a kid because I was a real jerk. But I could go to the library and behave myself. So I realized that it wasn't my personality; it was me. I was just an
Yeah,
asshole. I mean, I was such an asshole. My invisible friend played with the kid across the street. You know what I'm saying? But I knew when I went to the library to behave myself. Oh, you get in
that's
trouble.
right. I did
Yeah.
too, and I was diagnosed with ADHD when it wasn't cool. Like
Yeah.
literally, as soon as I hit kindergarten, they were like, "Something's not right." Like,
Yeah.
and so they sent me to like a special school immediately, and my parents didn't like that they wanted to diagnose me with that, so they pulled me out of school and homeschooled me. But yeah, so I'm just unchecked ADHD, like pretty severe. But when I go to the library though, I think it was all like with ADHD, when you find something that you can hyper focus on, you can like control yourself for that amount of time. It's when your brain has like time to put 25,000 thoughts in it, spin it around and spit it out like it's a ping pong, like
Mm. No, it
I
is. It
always
is
feel
amazing.
like I always feel like that. What are those things? We weren't allowed to go to arcades, but they were in arcades, like where you hit the buttons on the side and the ball. Like you got to keep the
Pinball
ball
machine.
from. Is that what pinball? Yeah,
Yeah,
that.
pinball. Mm.
That's what it feels like. That's what ADHD feels like.
I could never. I mean, I grew up before all of that. And yes,
Right.
Jesus was pretty cool. If anybody has to question that, Jesus was pretty cool to hang out with. But I grew up before
Your
all of
friend's
that.
name was Jesus.
No, I'm saying, I'm old. I'm that old.
Oh,
I hung out
no,
with
you're not.
Jesus. But if we were fidgety in class, they didn't take you to be evaluated or anything. They just yelled at you and you
Yeah,
behaved. But I'm a firm believer in that the mind can only absorb what the ass can endure. If the teacher's boring and the kid's not engaged, of course they're going to be fidgety and do other things.
true story.
Yeah, so those teachers that I was really engaged with, and those teachers that I probably slept through most of their class, but and we're talking
Yeah,
all the way through high school, not just as a child. I was fortunate though. I transferred schools in 10th grade, so I already had enough credits from the school that I came from to really graduate. So my
nice.
senior year, I took shit like individual reading, underwater pottery, basket weaving for adventure, shit like that, just to fill my day up.
Yeah,
But
that's good.
if you're not engaged with the teacher, and I'm not saying that it's the teacher's fault either. Sometimes just a
Yeah,
personality thing. But they just started feeding kids Ritalin
they
out of
did.
nowhere.
Yeah,
And
I wasn't allowed. Like that's why I got pulled out because they wouldn't give me any medication. But
well, that
man,
doesn't help to me. That just makes the kid a zombie. You remove the
there,
problems instead of working with the kid. Let's just turn him into a zombie. I never agreed with
yeah.
that.
As an adult, like my psychiatrist that I saw, she was like, "Why don't you just try it? Just see, how you feel. And man, it was like, holy crap, the world just opened up like an oyster of retaining knowledge and absorbing and being able to concentrate on things. It was when we were in the very beginning stages of her diagnosis. So I was trying to literally like uh, I became like a self-taught human geneticist, like just every category I needed to have it understood. And so that's when I first got on medication, but that's what I noticed. It was like I had no artistic like drive. I was just like going through a decade of my life just feeling dead. Just
Hmm.
like because it does, like when you have ADHD and you take a stimulant, it makes you tired and disengaged and just you're not, and
Well,
like
that's what they want. That's their goal is to make you feel
true
like that.
story.
Hmm.
So then I would yo-yo with it. Like I would take it when I really needed to, like when she had an appointment or I needed to study something or but then that's terrible too. But the new one that I'm on, I feel like I'm myself, but I'm not because it gets embarrassing. Like the like I get embarrassed of myself because it's like I can't. My friends, like you were talking about when oh, just a second, Justice or Daily. When like it was COVID, where that was my first time of like really starting to like talk to people online, and that's where I met like my core like true crime friend group, and we started Zooming during COVID. And it was just like they would say, okay, you got to get to bed. Your med's wearing off. You're not going to be able to sleep tonight. Like they could literally tell the later we were on when my meds would wear off. They were like, Ivy, she'd always be like, okay, you better go right now or you're going to be up all night again.
And she's monitoring your behavior.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what she does.
Yeah.
She should be my manager, I feel like.
Ivy's awesome. I like
She's
Ivy.
so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her. Hoosier Cold Cases is just such a good dude.
Hey, JSD.
Hey.
Hello.
What's
I'm sorry, I had to
going
jump on. If you're going to talk old, I have to bring up I'm Atari old. Okay, if that tells you anything.
Hey, I played Atari.
And not the second version. I'm talking original 2600 crap here. So, you want to talk old, there you go.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't feel like you're that, either one of you are that much older than me.
I'm 59.
What?
That is old.
Yeah.
Oh, that is old.
Yeah. You want me to
Just
cut my
kidding,
wig
that's
off
it.
and you can count the rings? I mean, I'm old. That's why I say Jesus was pretty cool to hang out with. I'm really old, man. I had a pet dinosaur, all that shit.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Hey.
Oh my God. You know what though? A lot of people, it's funny. You have to remember, and I'm sure you guys get this too. You have to remember what age demographic you are talking to, because they're like, back in the day, we didn't have all this social media shit all the time, right? We were just like,
Yeah.
we didn't have all of this. How did you know
Yeah.
anything? You walked down the street or next door to your neighbor to talk to him, or you picked up the phone. And if somebody was on the phone, you couldn't talk on the phone. You had to wait for them to get off the phone. So, we didn't have those types of things. So
We weren't allowed to use the phone, and we had a rotary phone, and my mother had a little lock that went on the one, so you could only dial
my
one.
God.
Yeah,
That's
but
hilarious.
we had just to let you know, right, how old I am. My dad worked at General Electric, and when they landed on the moon, we were the only people in the neighborhood. My dad went and bought a color TV at the GE store because he got a discount. We had the only color TV. So everybody was at our house to watch the moon landing. I was 5. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Wow.
And it was in color, Walter Cronkite and all that. But then the damn moon video was in black and white. My dad was hard enough to fuck. He kicked everybody out of the house. He was pissed off because it wasn't in color. And he just spent all this money. I think he spent like
Right.
$62 on this
Which was a
TV.
shit ton for a
Yeah.
TV back then.
Yeah. So it was
my
funny.
God. Oh
And I
my
wasn't
God.
allowed on the roof. If I threw my ball on the roof or something, couldn't go on there. But if he needed the antenna adjusted, he'd climb my ass up on the roof, and I could do that.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I feel like I
Okay.
grew up more in your
Wow.
guys' like era than I did my own, just because we were so isolated from other people, and there was a lot we weren't allowed to do, even though the technology was out. So we still had that phone and the TV with the dial, and like way later into the late 90s.
I
Or
remember
you know what I mean?
this. You know what? You're gonna have to recall this show. How old are you? Right? It's gonna be in there. I remember going through Sears with my parents when the microwave first came out. And how did they sell them? They put bacon in it, because you know how the smell of bacon just carries, right? And they
Yeah.
just pop that damn thing in the microwave, cook this crispy bacon, and then suddenly just, pass out samples of this bacon, which who doesn't like bacon, right? And it's like
Yeah.
sold, right? Get the microwave, grab the microwave. It
Absolutely.
only took a couple of minutes, and there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
But
You remember the Sears Wish book when you were kids?
Oh, that
Yes.
was how you made your Christmas list.
Yeah, you circle and fold the pages, make sure your
Yep,
mom sees the pages and stuff like that.
Oh my
absolutely.
gosh, my
That
mama would do
and
that.
J.C. Penney was the other one like that too.
But the
Yep.
poor mailmen, they had to deliver all those, got a whole
All those
sack full of 4-pound
so
catalogs.
heavy too.
Mm.
Now
But
it's all just on your phone.
my dad had to quit school in 8th grade and shine shoes and all that. We grew up in the
Wow.
projects. But, I tell my kids, I really don't have any of those stories. The uphill both ways in the snow to school. I don't have any of those. But I used to tell them, when I was your age, I was the remote control. My
Right.
dad would tell me to get up, and I'd have to walk through like 8 feet of shag carpet. Try that shit. That's. And then once you change the channel and fix the tinfoil on the rabbit ears, now you got to go
Yes.
get him a beer. That's when I turned into an alcoholic, taking sips from the kitchen all the way back to him.
My mom wanted a microwave so bad. So she got one. I mean, it was this honking thing. It was so loud, those first microwaves that were out. But then she was scared to death of it. Like terrified. Like she didn't want foil around, like anything metal couldn't be anywhere near it. Like you had to have all of these rules that set on a wall, like way far away from everything else. Like it was just this, don't get close to it. Like she was so scared of it, but she loved it so much at the same time.
Yeah, we wouldn't stand in front of it when it was being used. And it was
That's
called
'cause
a
right after
radar
they sold
oven.
them. Yeah, remember they had like after everybody bought one, then they come out with all the research, right?
Right.
And like guys were supposed to cover their parts not be near there.
Yeah,
and, right? It's leaking stuff. Everybody's gonna get cancer from their microwaves. Be
Yes.
careful and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's
Don't look
funny
in
you
it.
bring up
Your
bring
eyes
in the
will
chip.
burn.
Yeah, the TV. Talk about moving the TV. I just did that the other day. I was sitting here talking about television or something, and I made the joke. I go, "Yeah, guys," I say, "you used to have to get off your butt to actually change the channel, and there wasn't that much of options all the time, right? You'd go all completely around the dial and be like, no, put it back on that channel. You know what I mean? The 4 that you had as an option. So."
And they used to be furniture. Remember the big wide ones that have a record
yeah.
player on one side, an 8-track player, TV in the middle, all that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they don't make
absolutely.
them like that. That was the entertainment center back in the 60s and 70s.
Oh yeah, I remember that. My grandma had one that was just like, I mean, it's just a giant piece of furniture is what it was, it's just huge.
And they
Absolutely
lasted
huge.
forever. Those TVs never went bad. I don't know what the hell they're making them out of now, but back then they lasted
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah, my grandma-in-law, like she lived to almost be 100, and like she still had a dial TV. Well, no, it was the
Wow.
one with the tick tick tick, where you tick the channels to the next one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked like
I
that little
miss that. I
slider for
miss
your
that sound.
contacts,
Yep.
little phone
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Remember
oh my
that,
God.
like where it used to be, where you would, I don't know, like sometimes there'd be like a wire miscross on the phone, and all of a sudden, like you pick up your phone to call, and you can hear like other people
Yeah, party
on
lines.
there. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
that
and
was
my
promoted all the
favorite.
time, party line.
And you couldn't use the phone because there was no caller ID. It would just go busy. And my
Yeah.
sister would be she's 11 months older than I am, so she'd be on the phone for hours on end. And the neighbors would come over pissed off, knocking on the door. I've been trying to call for hours. That's why my mom put the lock on that shit.
Yeah.
The only thing I miss about that, 2 things. One, as a kid, it was cool as hell to prank somebody by making a phone call and messing with them.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
2, if you get pissed off, it is hard to sound mad on a cell phone compared to on a regular phone where you could slam the son of a bitch down.
Yeah, I don't care how hard you push that
100%.
button. Doesn't have the same impact.
It
Yeah.
doesn't. It's
No.
not the same. You are
Yeah.
so right about that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now you have to cuss them out. You got to show your true colors. You can't, slam the phone down on them
Maybe
with
I can
conviction.
find a sound. Maybe there's a sound on the internet for it. Maybe I could just do that.
I'm sure there
Click.
is. Yeah, for people like us, that
Yeah,
they should
absolutely,
have something
absolutely.
like that.
Well, I heard you sharing about the your daughter and stuff with the phone and stuff like that and happening. And I'm going to tell you, I was a scout leader for 14 years, ran 2 troops, had teenage girls and stuff that I did, to volunteer for all these activities for. And it is so easy for these girls to be contacted by a creeper on
Yeah,
any of these social media,
I know.
and I mean, it's the good side of it is it's just a teenage boy messing with them. The bad side of it, it is somebody pretending they're a teenage
Yeah,
boy and trying to get a hold of them, and that the sextortion stuff is so much on the increase for not only girls but boys too,
Yep.
because once they send one image, they try to threaten them. Well, you better send more, or I'm
yeah,
going to send this to your friends, or I'm going to tell your parents, or I'm going to do that. And you have to have a very comfortable relationship with your kids so that they know, that that's not their fault. It's not their fault that
yeah,
somebody reached out and tried to victimize and stuff
yeah,
them about that.
exactly.
So
That's what I've tried to do. It's kind of like the reverse approach that most people just ban their kids from it, but I just don't feel like they learn. Like when you take away all of a child's choices, then they don't have any self confidence when they leave your doors. And like to make the right choice. Like when you're presented with a problem of whatever it may be, like with my daughter, she made the wrong choice by sneaking her phone into her bed at night. But she made the right choice by bringing her phone to me. And so it was like, I didn't even, she wasn't even punished for that, because then that kind of ended up setting the precedence for my girls with being contacted online, because it just happens, and the little one, she's feisty. Like she'll just be like, what did she say to one, was like, email to the FBI, good job, some bad word. I was like, oh my gosh, did you really say that? It's just like, yeah,
well,
it's
if
like
you
there's
if
birds
you
all
block
over
it,
there.
and they don't feel comfortable coming to tell you, kids find another way around it. They
They
learn from
do.
other kids what other apps to use, or what apps to use that your parents don't know about. And,
Right.
and then they'll say, okay, they'll show you one user ID they use that has their real stuff, and then maybe a fake one that they created over here. So if you don't have that open
Yeah.
relationship of, you need to come to me, this could happen if this happens. And if they do it, you can go through
Yeah.
that. I mean, NetMech itself has a line that you can report that happened to your kid. There's also support groups in NetMech to help your kid about images and stuff like that, that maybe they have
Um,
sent out there, and can work with them in the counseling matter and addressing who did this to them.
yeah.
Because the internet has made the creeper, it's not just a creeper next door, it's also the creeper in the different state or a different country or
Yeah.
whatever. And they're trying to, your kids may be strong enough to do it. That's not who they're looking for. They're looking for kids with low self-esteem that has nobody to talk to. They try to
Hmm.
make it, that it's okay, and then they
Yeah.
get stuck in this horrible circle of
Yeah, I
a
got
sextortion
lucky. Like
plot.
I got really lucky. Like that incident right there scared my oldest one straight. And the little one was determined to be in the FBI. So she was like, I can't do anything online because then I won't get in the FBI. So like that kept her in line, like online for so many years, because she was so afraid that when she joined the FBI and then they look through her social media, then she wouldn't get to be an FBI agent. But
You really have to be careful now. I mean, jobs look at your social
they
media.
do. I
Yeah.
mean, they should. Some of these people out here are nuts.
Mm.
You find out real
Yes.
quick. Me and my
Yes.
sister did it one day. Like we were just so like Facebook was kind of new, and like everybody would get on there and they would literally give you a play by play of their day. And so we got on there and we were doing it back and forth to each other just the whole day of every minute detail of what we did that whole day, and just to see what people would do. And like people were like, that sounds so much like fun. No one was just like, you guys are stupid. Nobody cares about
What you ate.
you clipping your fingernails. Like nobody cares.
Yeah.
But
Well,
people think that people care though.
what's funny about it is, I will say that you would think some of them would be smart enough to not film why they do crimes, but they're not. I mean, they literally, hey, film this. I'm going to break into this. I'm going to bust a window.
No, I know.
I'm going to do
Idiot.
this. And oh my God, I put it on social media.
Yeah, it's crazy. I have Facebook, but I have zero friends. Zero.
Oh.
No, by choice.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Yeah.
was gonna say I'm gonna like you right now, Ruckus. It's
No,
okay.
once all the bullshit started, and like Mel said, I realized what it was about. I just unfriended everybody. The only reason I keep it is so I can play this stupid golf game when I'm bored. To be honest with you.
Yeah, like, I'm always tell people, like when you're coming into this true crime world, you got to keep the world separate, as much as you can, because
Yeah, that's hard to do sometimes.
it is,
If
Mm-hmm.
it
you know,
is. But
I mean, I mean, there's look. When you have kids and you're teaching them and you're trying to get them through life about bullies.
hmm
Problem is that you learn as an adult, those bullies just grow up and they continue to be bullies, right? They continue. You have deal with bullies even when you're an adult. People who
yeah,
we call them trolls, but same difference.
Well, I come from a different world too.
I
You,
just
you
don't
have to
mind them at
remember,
all.
I worked in the county that I lived in, so real bad people knew where I lived. So people online don't scare me at all. I don't care. Half of these people, I would venture to say, 75 of these people don't have enough money to come here and mess with me. They can't afford to come.
They don't even got cars.
Yeah. So I grew up with people that I dealt with in law enforcement knew where I lived, and that they didn't scare me. So I doubt some asshole online from Pittsburgh's gonna give me any lose any sleep. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I
So
just
Ruckus,
like doesn't
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
it doesn't bother me at all. Like like I don't like it when I see other people being ganged up on, or rude things said to other people or victims' families. But like when it's directed at me, like it just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't bother me. Like you can't let it. If you're gonna do this, like you can't be bothered by that. Like you just have to have a really thick skin and know yourself really well. And like it just isn't. But I do feel bad for people that have tried to come to YouTube and then they can't hack it because there's so many people that, like they don't realize that, like, okay, flip that around. That person's probably got no life, probably living in their parents' basement, and all they got is a computer screen to type on, and they've chose to spend their time being rude. That's probably the reality of it. So it's just like, then you can turn it around. And you're like, man, I feel sorry for people like that.
I did it first too. I was like, these people don't do anything all day, and then I realized, well, the reason I know they're not doing anything all day is because I'm not doing anything, watching them not doing anything all day. So I'm as bad as they are. But I put a big red freaking cardboard arrow in my front lawn just in case any of these assholes want to Google where I live, so they know exactly where it is.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So I,
Oh
you
Just
know,
my
like
gosh.
paint out a runway strip, like
yeah,
over.
yeah. I'm gonna put it on there right here, asshole. This is where Ruckus lives.
Come get me.
Yeah.
I I think
It's
that I mean, the only thing that really, I guess a surprise is just one is like the mental breaks you have to take because when you go through true crime and the CSAM people I go through all the time, and sometimes when you read some of their story, I just have to take a break. Like those shows
Yeah.
prepping take me a long time because sometimes I read this stuff and I'm like, oh my God, right? It's just like so upsetting and disturbing and stuff like that. But Ruckus, you had to deal with that like on your job, seeing the worst of people. So how did you manage that mentally when you see that kind of thing of people?
you just it's hard to explain, and I know Steve understands it. And just real quick, Steve's like, Ruckus, will you protect me when I'm in Florida? I got to worry about protecting people in Florida from you, Steve. It's the other way around. But you just deal with it. You focus on doing the right thing and helping people. And these shitheads are out there. They're out there right now. That's the ones that bother me, the ones that aren't caught yet. But
Mhm.
you would be amazed what human beings will do to other human beings. I don't think anybody should see it. I'm glad that I was protecting people from seeing that stuff. But
Yeah.
it's crazy. There's a whole nother um, society out there that nobody's aware of, really. Regular people don't know anything about it. These people would shoot you in the face just for nothing, just walking by you. And they're out there. They're in your town, they're in my town, they're everywhere. They're usually out between 2 in the morning and 6.
Wow.
And they're out
It's
there.
so
They're crazy.
inhuman, you know, like if you think about just like psychopathology, like the human element of all of us is obviously complex, but at the root of it, it is empathy and things like that. And what with the psychopath, like when they don't are not born with those innate human characteristics, you know, like it is like AI type. They're just capable of anything because there's nothing. They don't care about law. They don't care about, you know, there's nothing that is sacred at all. This is
Yeah, they don't care. They have no morals. They have no
no, there's
scruples.
nothing.
Nothing. They don't care. They're heartless people.
Yeah,
But
it's
we
crazy.
try and lock up as many of those as we can. So
Yeah.
um, but they're still. It's like they're like gremlins. You get them wet and they just multiply. They come out of the woodwork. You get rid of one and then there's a new
Yeah.
face. And this is what I was talking about. These people knew where I lived. You
Oh
know,
shit.
so I didn't really care. Yeah, but a lot of people live by hope. I live by wish. They're like, I hope they don't come to my house. Man, I wish that motherfucker would come to my house.
Reverse psychology there.
Yeah, yeah, he's gonna die of lead poisoning. He'll be leaking out in the front yard. But
Yeah.
what are you gonna
Dark
do? You
humor,
get
but
desensitized. You push this stuff down. You get desensitized. You get that
yeah.
gallows sense of humor. But I honestly, I don't feel like I've had any adverse effects of it. I knew my job, I knew what I was doing, and I knew
Oh, she
they,
gone.
they didn't recruit me. I signed up for it, so
Mm. Yeah.
can't really complain. Same thing with military. I was in the military, and some of these guys in the army saw a lot of shit during the wars overseas in the Gulf and
Mm.
stuff like that. But they weren't drafted. They signed up
Mm.
on their own. Now, should you have to see those atrocities? No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's hard to like I told you, I was always into books and learning about human nature and psychology and stuff. But you have to know your place in this world and be able to listen to other people's life experiences and learn how to grow from that. Like I've never been to war. I can't. I. It's hard to even imagine the effects of that or all what you've seen in your lifetime. Like it's um but I'm glad that you guys are talking about it. I think I've said that to LA too. I mean, he mentions a lot of like how many times he's been shot. I can't. It's good to have the perspective of you don't want to have to learn like you guys have had to learn. And I know
mm,
True Crime Web's the same way of just, and I think that dark humor is a way of it's a mental health wellness for you guys that I think that people need to take into consideration when they hear you guys kind of talking, because it probably does bring up a lot of that. Like you were talking about the fly on the lip. Like, I mean, that was hilarious. But just like that, like I'm sure that that scene was probably horrible, and seeing someone, dead like that. But like, you have to make light of it somewhere or you'll literally go insane,
it was horrific what happened to this person too. I
was
didn't
it?
even delve into that. But
Yeah,
by LA and I laughing at that, that's releasing energy, you know,
exactly.
and we
Yeah.
can relate to each other. And it's really it is dark humor, but it's also understanding. And you have to do something. We can't cry about it. So you think of the things that make you laugh, and that's what you focus on. I didn't explain anything about what case I was talking about and what happened with the body and stuff like that,
Yeah.
because nobody needs to hear that. But the funny side of it is funny because people don't think of that kind of stuff. They watch
I
TV
had
and you
never
walk
thought
in,
of that.
yeah, it's a
I
pristine
look at
crime
flies
scene.
all different now.
Oh
If
my
I see a
goodness.
bot fly, I'm out. Like
And
I hate flies
they
anyway.
were on that body. That fly was on that body. That's why we was laughing so hard because we both gone in like this. You turns you
Yeah.
into a ninja. Get one of those things around. You do like 30 minutes of cardio in 2 seconds. Cardio.
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah.
But
Ugh,
people don't think of that, and you can't cover your nose because you can taste the smell if you breathe it into your mouth.
really?
It's really bad. Yeah, it's pungent. So, but we're releasing energy by laughing at these things. You can't cry
Yeah,
about it. Especially because, and I hate to say this because I'm not huge on this kind of thing, but we're men. So we're not supposed to
yeah,
cry about this stuff. We're supposed to laugh. That's accepted that we laugh at it, even though we're assholes for laughing at it. But
yeah,
that's how I've always dealt with everything. All my evaluations, my supervisors always put, that I've used sense of humor to
yeah.
de-escalate things, and that's just me. That's just the way
Same.
I am. And LA's the same way. He's
Yeah.
just as bad, if not worse, than I am. You
Oh
know,
yeah, he's got you beat now.
we feed off of each other. Yeah, I.
Hey Mayo.
I'm glad
He's
I met
great.
him. I only met him a few weeks ago. I met him from Cali, from
I know, me
Cabo.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think we started following all them at the same time.
great
Like
bunch
you
of
started
people.
going live with them a little earlier than I did, but
And I was
yeah,
glad to get to know
great group.
Steve more, True Crime
Yeah,
Web. I was
yeah,
always impressed with him and respected him and reached out to him and talked with him and stuff. And he's a great guy. He just is more professional than L.A. and I are. He has a switch that we just don't possess. He can turn that switch on.
yeah, yeah.
But
I love his experiments. Like those are so. I like seeing things. Using all of your senses to learn something. It's pretty cool.
it's like he
But
never left work. He's still doing what he did on a day-to-day basis when he worked in CSI. And
um,
forensics and stuff like that. He does a great job. And he explains it in layman's terms too, Mel. That's what helps a
yeah,
lot too.
yeah,
So it's very
yeah.
good.
That's the trouble with life sometimes is like how like dumbing down things that you want to say and like trying to figure out dumber ways to say shit.
Oh,
So
trust
people
me,
can
I need it
understand
dumbed
it.
down too sometimes. When he's doing stuff, I need him to dumb it down for me as well. I mean, I never did forensics. He's done
Yeah.
everything.
I know, right?
Everything. He's worn
That's
every
pretty
hat
cool.
you can wear in law enforcement. And I'm sure he was damn good at it. And a lot of people leaned on him. But when he's talking about things out of my, well, not my expertise, but my knowledge, he dumbs it down enough where even I can understand it. And I appreciate that.
Yeah. No
But
problem,
Mel,
just Mr. Daily.
I'm going to take off. Mel, I've got
All
some
righty.
things to do. And I'm going to go mess with LA a little bit later, see if I can't screw up his live again.
Oh, I wanted to tell you the moment that I knew that I love these people was when you went on True Crime Web and LA came in the chat. I saw him come in the chat and he was like, "Well, look at Ruckus."
Yeah,
And then he just roasted you on the next. I was like,
I love it. I love
that
it.
was my favorite moment of like, oh, I know I love all of these people now because they just like gave you so much shit for
And
being all put together.
I messaged Steve today and told him that I love the fact that the comments from our live last night on True Crime Web, all of his people are messing with me in the comments. They're all talking shit about me. So
Yeah,
so I know I've reached it. I'm home. Because they're all like,
for
I've
sure.
never teased Ruckus before, but here it goes. Bang, bang, bang. I was like, how the hell are you going to pick on me? But I love that. I love it. I don't mind it at all. But I will
Yeah.
talk to you later, Mel. Thanks for
All
having me up.
right.
I
Thanks for
appreciate it.
popping on.
All
Good
right,
to see
bye.
you. I just love him. He's so funny. Just like when like there's so and it's like a hard thing to do because you want to be polished or whatever, but if you're doing this thing, like you gotta be your real self, like and we all have there's so many like the facets that make you like who you are. And it's so easy to spot the ones that are just like faking it because there's so much, especially with the lives, so that's like, but there's always that like there's a time and a place, and like boundaries and stuff. But I think the people get a little too sensitive anymore. You know, like I love being a part of communities where I don't agree, like morally, politically, whatever with people, because that's your opportunity to grow and learn, you know. And if you think that you are the be all end all of knowledge and experience and you are always right, like you really suck as a human, like you don't have it nailed. But like when you can be around and just hear, like whether you absorb it and or you let it go after it's over, but of just we live in a culture that's just so forked up right now, you know, just like we had to worry and mind everyone's feelings, and it's not practical, you know, if you really think about it. Like minding everyone else's feelings is so unhealthy. You just can't do it. I think he will too, True Crime Web. Oh, I want to ask you. So did you get the search for Amber approved by the homeowner? But it really was like if people are feeling certain ways and you're like a creator or you're just in your general life, like you don't have to go buy the book. Like just read the article by Mark Manson, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. It is, hey, Hoosier. It is it is simple. If you don't like the F word, then you're not gonna like it. But I think you should just try to read it anyway. It's like 7 minutes. Oh, sweet. Oh, I'm so glad. You know, that's one where it's like I tried the well, I probably shouldn't talk about that. Yeah, you don't even need the book. It's an article. It is a 7-minute read. Google Mark Manson, The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. And it should pop up, but don't like it'll pop up on his blog. But he does have a channel, and I love watching his YouTube videos too. They're good. But that article, I've read it on here before. It was so hard to read it because I had to say fork 127 times. But it's not about being passive or just you know, never standing up for anything, you know, and just kind of like, you know, that kind of I hate passivity. Like I can't stand it. And that's just never been the person that I am either. But it's about like learning how to let things go and save your forks for what's really forking important, you know. Like if you're handing them out like candy to everybody, and you're minding what they say, and you're offended and your feelings are hurt, and you're doing this and you're doing that and you're up in that and you're up in this, and like you don't have any reserve left for the things that really forking matter, you know. And so yeah, it was just like really it was it's a good little article, because you know, like with the Greeno shit, I have my fork saved. I don't hand them out, you know. I let a lot of stuff go. Like I have room to give a fork about him, you know. And that's what I've chose to give my forks to. And you know, and that's the beauty of it, is it's like it ends there. It's a no-brainer for me. um but this is where all the cool people hang out in the afternoon. Well, let's see who was here first. Marbles and let's see who else was here. Sherry. I started a live accidentally. because I was trying to figure out just going live from just YouTube to see if I could teach myself how to be cool like all the cool cats and not have the StreamYard to share screen. But then, so apparently when you push the go live button, like you go live immediately. Yeah, I know. Dumb. That was dumb. But yeah, so I didn't realize I was live. There was no camera on, and it was just the same screen I was looking at. So I'm just sitting there, and then all of a sudden I see like something like pop up, like a pop up on the side, and I was like, oh, how no? I literally thought. Now I know it was Grandma Sherry's comment, but I literally thought, like, literally, there's pop ups on here, like when you get on Google. And then by the next comment came in, I was like, oh shit, I'm actually live. I didn't say anything because they could hear me. So then I just came over here and started a real one. But yeah, something's happened in my eyes. It's driving me bonkers. I don't get it. Someone said it's because I'm old and I need bifocals, but I can't see anything close up with my glasses or contacts on. So I have to do, it's like the reverse. I have to like take my glasses down in order to read my phone. Like I can't, and then like if I want to, at work, like I have to take my glasses off during half of what I do and then put them back on for the other half. I need to go to the eye doctor, but you guys know me. I've got a little bit of a phobia of the eye doctor. So I'm going to do it though. Ugh. Clicking. Ugh, that sound. How's this? Is this better? Is this worse? And that click it makes. Ugh. Wondering how many faces have been on that all day. Ugh. I hate it. Nasty. Like, and then they puff in your eye for what? What is that? I don't understand it. And then dilate it, and then you're off for the whole day. Your whole day's ruined. It's just like terrible. You look like you're on drugs, so you can't be driving, like it's just, I hate it there, but it's the touching everything. And then they all do the same thing. They'll get out a little cloth about no bigger than this right here. And they're trying to say that that's going to wipe down the whole machine and get the germs from the person before you off of it. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. So gross. Yeah, it's probably in what is that called? My brain's empty of it. Like in human genetics and like epigenetics, we're probably going to start seeing an extra disc in or vertebrae in the neck of the adaptation of us humanoids or from, you know what I mean? Because I guess it's not. It's kind of like regression, really. Evolution, regression. I don't know. Really? That was like, Dustin. That was like literally what I got into all this in the first place. Like I had aspirations that I was going to try to get hired by, I wanted to work for, I know you guys, I don't even think they work for him. I think, it's, I don't know, but my dream was to work for, John Lorden or like Gray Hughes. I didn't know if Gray Hughes like hired people to help him in the back. Now I know he does it. So my dream of getting the job for Gray or John are out, but that's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to be in the back. Yeah, come on up. I just wanted to be in the back, like doing the research, but then I ended up being in the front. And then you just got to get used to it, I guess. Um, uh, yeah, it's on the inside of my pinky from holding my phone. Oh shit. Yeah. Chris always sends me I think it's on Fridays, right, Chris? Where he does the secret studio. He's such a nice man. John Lorden, yeah. Yeah, he's a good dude. And Christy, she's awesome. It's in the chat. But yeah, I like Ruckus. He's real, you know. He's just a hoot. He's silly. He sure is silly though. But again, you know, it's just like you gotta calm down and stop taking life so damn seriously, you know, and just feeling all the time. You know, sometimes it's just not nobody cares. You know, like realizing that like nobody really cares about your feelings. It's just,
I do.
yeah, right.
I'm good.
No, just like the people that type stuff, you know, it's just like taking all the time to like type out this big, you know, complaint of like something that was misspoken or missaid, or you shouldn't have done this or you shouldn't have done that. It was just like, nobody cares. Save it. Save your forks.
No. Why, you getting nasty emails?
Oh, dude, I get a lot of weird stuff. I've had to block so many words so that the comments don't just automatically pop up on my shit. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I think I need to do that.
Yeah, it's a smart move. Like I that way I don't have to like worry about certain things being on a comment and I'm at work all day, you know. And then just leave it up like I'm an asshole for leaving up something stupid that somebody said. But you're rolling. Let's see.
No.
Within what, 2 weeks? I think when first time I watched you, you were at about like maybe 100 subs, and now you're at 3.
Yeah,
I mean that's pretty. You're doing good. I think you got a real niche.
I think I'm gonna cut down on shows.
I think you need to get that thumbnail I sent you and put it in a frame and put it on that white wall.
I will. You know what? I'm gonna get some pictures for my wall. I really am.
Yeah.
Like, that's gonna be the first thing I do. But this is what happened when you
a shower curtain. I'll let you have one.
No, ma'am. I'm not doing it. That's for hillbillies. I think I'm gonna do that because when you're a single man, you really don't care about stuff like that. But
yeah,
I guess other people care. So I'm gonna get some pictures for my
just
folks.
giving you a hard time. But
No, I do.
Just don't
because my mom said the same
pictures of
thing.
yourself on your walls.
No, I hate pictures of myself.
Yeah, just don't like get out your high school, you know, senior picture and frame it and have it hanging out behind you.
I will just to be an asshole.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I will do that. No, I get some pictures. So what's going on now?
I just accidentally ended up going live, so
we got you back into it.
Yeah,
we got you back into the groove.
This is the 3rd day in a row I've been on my own channel. I think.
See?
I went live last night, and yeah, I think I did this like the 3rd time this week.
Are you
planning one for Friday? We're doing one Friday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I just have to, you know, there's just times where if you don't just, like you said, you're going to take a break here in a couple of weeks. Like you just got to kind of step away. You got to make people miss you a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I don't do it for that, but
I did 80 shows in like a month.
That's crazy. I think I've only done like 180 total for 3 years.
How long has it been?
I
Wow.
think it's 3 years. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Was the
Yeah, let me
whole
look up.
the C stuff in like that was in 2020, right? I'm terrible with
Yeah.
time. That's when I started. When the
So
stay at home order.
on my own is 76 shows. That's not including the shows with Uncle Tom and Kai.
Wow. That's
So
a
it's well
lot.
over 100. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Three a day.
I
Yeah, I'm
want
gonna
to go
cut
back
down.
and watch that one you were talking about. I didn't know you gave out advice. That's priceless. I'd love to hear that.
No, it was terrible. It was the worst advice ever. Don't you
That's why I'd love it.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But I got more clips I gotta do. You know how many clips I gotta make and put them up. But I think I'm gonna start doing that instead of just making live videos for a while. And I'm gonna start doing members
yeah.
only stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll get it
I
together.
need it
But
to too. It's hard, like, because I don't want to do members only and it'd be like a cold case or like a case, because then I'm like, where's the awareness in that? But I watched this guy named Sleuth Intuition, and he has lives on, and he'll have like he's having Steve on, and it's like members only, and it's like, or like they'll be talking about cases and stuff, but not like you're presenting a case or whatever. So it's hard. It's a
really?
lot.
To do members only?
No, that's easy, but I did a few, and like there was like one of them I was there by myself for like 14 minutes, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Like nobody joined it. And I was like, what the hell?
I've been on that side of the coin before, where I'm just talking. But that's why Steve just does hour long ones. And I think he
Yeah,
got it down to a science. I
he
like
does.
talking to Steve because he breaks it down for you.
I do too.
And when he breaks it down for you, you be like, huh. And I guess because he's been through the game, like talking to Ruckus is great too, but Ruckus is so much of an asshole that you got to figure out which part is he, trolling and which part is he serious.
Did you
But
say he
Steve
was a
actually breaks it down.
hassle? A hassle or an
A
asshole?
asshole with a capital A.
He's a hassle though too. He's
Sure, let's call it that.
he's a good guy.
Yeah, he is. I love him to death, but he's still an asshole.
Yeah.
But I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So you want to start streaming more regularly now?
I'm
This
gonna
gonna be a
try.
thing?
I mean, that's all I've ever really done on here. I'm not good at making videos. I wanted to start making like shorts of taking clips out of the videos that I've already done and like turn them into like little whatever trailers or whatever you want to call them.
Hmm.
That should take so much time. Are you gonna
Oh
clip
my
me?
God.
Are you gonna clip my accidental
Yes.
uh
Yes. Yes. Oh, you know it. Yes. I told you not to do it.
I don't care.
I told you not to
They
say
all
it.
know. They all
I
know.
told you
I
not to say it.
accidentally
Yes,
tried.
ma'am.
Well, see, I had talked to. I was on this other. He's named CD Analysis of a Crime. He's a cop too. I'm going to try to get him over to you guys. You guys will have a blast. He's hilarious, but he's got that same humor. But I was on his show and I was like, yeah, there's this time I accidentally tried cocaine, and he was just like, what? Like he was just kept talking. He's like, wait a minute, what? And then I was talking to my brother about it, and he was like, that was crack. Like there's a difference. And I was like, really? I don't know. I don't know anything about crack or coke or any of it. Nothing.
Would you
Never wanted it.
say I give you $1,000? Would you try it again?
Yeah.
For a grand you would?
For a grand? So I
Yeah.
mean, can I test it to make sure it doesn't have anything that's gonna kill me instantly in it?
Man, it's coming from me. From me personally. Like I'm guaranteeing you it's pure and there's nothing, no fentanyl or nothing else in there. It's me.
Okay. Yeah, totally. Totally. Just don't let me end up making a snow angel and getting
No,
third
no, no,
degree
no, no.
burns all over my back.
No, no. We're gonna watch you. We're gonna have a camera in the room to make sure nothing happens to you. But it's me. We're not gonna let anything happen to you. For $1,000, you would try it.
I'd totally do it, yeah.
What's the
It'll be
lowest
an
number?
accident again though, right?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. This would be on purpose.
Damn. It's for it could be for medical research is what I'm gonna do it for.
Okay, if that makes you feel better.
Yeah, it does. Makes me feel a lot better.
No, I mean, I'm gonna let everybody know that's not what it's for, but okay.
Is
You
Callie really coming here?
yeah, in June. Well,
Is that
yeah,
like a real thing?
yeah, he's
Wow.
coming here to work in the summer camp in Tennessee.
A summer camp in Tennessee? Oh
hmm
my.
Yeah, we're gonna all go to Florida and do a meetup.
Is that are you going to Crime Con?
No, ma'am, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Well, it's in Florida in September, and I'm going to it. And then Ruckus said he was going, and then I think Callie's going to it too. I don't know.
No, I will not be going to a center where a bunch of people want to look at crime scene photos all day. No, man. Unless they paying
Yeah.
me. If they paying
Well,
me, I
it's
will
just
erase
like
this whole
a
segment.
podcast row where you can set up your stuff and like all that jazz, and you know,
Are
there's
they
stuff to
paying?
it. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
they cut
it's
me a check. I'll go.
advertising. It's good advertising. You know, I'm not going to do that, but I said I would go, and now I'm just like I don't know. There's so many people, and like you said, they're crazy. And like, are they going to allow me to carry my gun? You know, like I doubt it. Can I carry my knife? Doubt it. And just being around that many people, I don't do well. I don't like it. There's pictures from last year. There's just thousands of people, just like ants up in there. Sounds terrible.
Did anything ever happen? Like any crime or anything?
It'd be crazy if it did. I can't believe it hasn't. I mean, because the people are really here because, like, Hoosier, he talks about it all the time. It's like you're here for a few reasons. Like, you either want to do this stuff, like you want to be the perpetrator, or it was perpetrated upon you, or, you know, like you're here because you lost a loved one and you want to understand it, or whatever, or for the puzzle of it. But you
Or
got to
people?
always think about there's those people that are here because they want to be Dahmer, you know.
I think a lot of people go to those things just to hook up too. You don't
Replace
think?
your battery in your smoke detector. Hmm. I mean, I do need to, so thanks, Snoopy.
I said that the other day and everybody got mad at me. Women never replace batteries in a smoke detector. I literally just said that. And everybody got mad at me. It wasn't a lie. Do you need to replace your battery?
Yeah,
I
it could
told you.
probably stand to be it.
Women never replace the batteries in a smoke detector. And it drives you crazy. Beep,
Oh
beep.
no,
Like
I
you don't
won't
hear
let
that
it
shit.
be. I just take all the batteries out, and then I just don't have a smoke detector. So I can't stand that beep. That'll drive me right up a wall. Yeah, there he is.
Ruckus
That's
keep
right.
asking me, texting me. Stop texting me, Ruckus. I'm on a show. It's so annoying.
He's sad that he left before you came on. Now he wants to come back.
Yeah, because he missed me. He's an old freak.
So what's your
Yeah,
deal with not liking Conspiracy Wednesdays? It's not your
uh,
jam.
everybody is crazy on that day.
Yeah.
So you really like conspiracies? Like that's your thing? Or you just go along with the flow?
No, I mean, there's a limit to my I like some but not others. Like I don't like actors. That all that shit. The everybody's like a what do they call it? Like a trauma actors, and they're all
Mm.
everything's fake and flat earth, not into that. I think that's silly, but
Oh Lord.
I like to hear people talk about it because I find it entertaining, but I don't really prescribe to conspiracies. I hate them in true crime. That was basically what my whole life was about yesterday. Was just sick of it.
Yeah, I heard people got mad at you yesterday. Heard you did a me, piss some people off. Go ahead, Mel.
I've always done that. Like I have something to say, I just say it.
Come on
You
over. I told you. That's why you fit in our family. You're just a degenerate like the rest of us.
Degenerate.
I don't know why you're trying to change who you are. Just accept it.
Oh, I ain't. I'm not. And that's the thing is like when you're on here, like if you're not genuine and like being your real self, all sides of you, I'm an oxymoron and I know it. And then you're gonna fail because people can see right through the act of I'm this polished. Like I'm nobody. I don't have like a degree. I've never had the experience of you guys. Like people need to know their role. Like you're just someone with a camera and a microphone.
Mm.
That's it. It's like if you can help people and you can bring and do something good, then that's awesome. But
I just don't like people that's full of shit. You ever meet somebody that's nice one day and mean the next? So you don't
yeah,
know
like
what to say to
bipolar.
them. Not even bipolar. They just assholes. Like, all right, I'm about to get in trouble again. So, like, you meet a woman, right? And she has a man, and when she doesn't get any dick, she's like a bitch. But when she gets some dick, she like the sweetest person in the world.
Mm,
You ever see that before?
I mean, to you, like this is your girlfriend
No,
or
ma'am.
somebody
My,
else's girlfriend.
no,
You're her
ma'am. No,
friend.
ma'am. Like a coworker.
Oh, that would be rough. So you think it's about the sex that makes the mood swings happen?
Not just about the sex. I was being a little facetious with it, but say they having an argument,
Yeah.
and then she comes to work bitchy because he didn't come and see her that day,
Yeah.
so she comes to work mean. All right, so I had a partner, right, who was my best friend, and we were partners for forever, for like 10 years, or so. He used to knock off this cop, and I always had a rule: you never mess with female cops. Like I always had a rule about that. So
Yeah.
he broke the rule because he's a dumb fuck. He broke the rule. So she, this is the reason why I say men and women can't be friends. So we were supposed to be cool, but every time he would like do something to her, she would start trying to take it out on me. So he wouldn't come and see her. So the next day I would speak to her. She would say, I'm not in the mood. Or he wouldn't give her any dick. So you would text her or you guys supposed to be having lunch together. She wouldn't show up. Like her whole attitude would change. And she wasn't the
Mm,
only one. I noticed this about, I want to say 40 or 50% of the women that I work with, that was the
yeah.
case. And I just did the correlation of them not having a man pissing them off and them having attitudes. No, I mean, I might be wrong, but, you know,
Maybe.
just think about
Oh.
it. Just think of, no, I'm pretty sure
I'm
I'm not.
thinking about it.
Um,
I'm thinking about scenarios. And I mean, I think it's like, you don't have a right to take out your bad day on other people. Across the board, like, and then the it sounds vindictive and like spiteful, which is always a bad sign. Like
but
nobody
this
wants that.
the funny part is, though, when they get the dick, they come back to work happy again. You be like, wait a minute, you was just another person 2 days ago. What are we doing here?
And then you're supposed to be not upset about how they treated you yesterday because they're in a
And
good mood today. And now
yeah,
you're ruining their good mood.
now they putting it on you. So like, I stopped dealing with people like that. I told them, I would straight tell them, I would tell people, you got one time to turn on me because no matter what mood I am, I don't turn on people. Like I stay consistent. I'm an asshole throughout the day.
Yeah. You're a
So
nice asshole.
I'm whatever. But I stay an asshole consistently throughout the day, no matter who I'm with. I can't
Yeah.
stand when people who do that. Cops are the biggest. Uh, they do that the most. They do that the most, and it pisses me off because your day can affect somebody's life, and
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Your day can affect somebody's life, and these were all
Yeah.
cops, assholes,
Yeah.
assholes.
There's some that you just they've probably dreamed of being a cop their whole life and it's just about being able to be powerful over other people, and like they could
Yeah,
spot one
it's
of those
weird.
a mile away, a mile away.
Hmm. They weird.
They're usually really
They-
short too,
How short?
like at least 5'7" or lower,
How tall are you?
5'7".
So you correlate the
Men
short
are
ones to
getting
being the
shorter.
angry ones?
Men are getting shorter. This is weird.
I thought men
Like,
were getting taller.
I don't think so. 5'9" is like the average height for a man.
In
It
the
seems
U.S. No,
seems
no,
kind of
it's like,
short.
mm,
Well, you can't be doing anything with the US. I mean, I guess you would get a median, but I don't know. I just feel like men are getting shorter, but it's like that short. It's like a syndrome. I can't remember what it's called, like short man syndrome or something, like little man syndrome, where they're trying to over um, compensate for you know
no.
people being a
I,
step on them.
listen, speaking to from the shorter guys, I don't know if that's true.
Are you short?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not shorter than 5'7".
I will not disclose my height when it's live, but I'm not. I'm not like a midget.
No, just I don't know,
But my legs definitely swing.
swing.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm just more thinking about those like um greeno types, just like the posers.
How tall was he? Y'all got
Oh,
a hard on for this man. Jesus Christ.
oh fuck no. I don't like people that take people's good hard earned money and steal it and treat people like shit. But yeah, he's like 5'5", probably 5'6", most, I'd say.
He blocked the shit out of me.
He sure did. He's scared of you. It's hilarious.
Um, I don't think he knew how much of an asshole I really am, and I guess it surprised him. I don't know him. I
Yeah.
don't have anything against him. I'm not like y'all who want to hit him with a tractor trailer. I just
Yeah, I
don't
don't
get
know him
scared
either.
easily. Oh, really?
Mm-mm. No. I met him once, just like kind of more so in like a passing thing at a courthouse, but I don't know him. I just don't like him. And I told him if he stole from um Ray and Nicole's families, this two victims families that I help, like I will go level 12 psycho on him, and I kept my promise. That's simple. Like he knew what would happen if he pissed me off and he stole from them, and he did it anyway. So now he gets exposed. And the thing is like it is a popular genre of true crime is swindler, Tinder swindler. You got Dirty John. There's like Peacock's got their own. The con men that just like go through their life like that, and he's the Delphi case, Dirty John. you know.
It's a bad. I don't know who any of these people are.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get learning. You have to get over here and
No,
uh
man.
yes, sir.
No, man.
Don't
I
say
can care less.
respectfully.
Respectfully, I
Yeah,
can care
but
less.
you will though. You'll see. You'll be able to help
No,
people.
I can't help you without caring. I did it for 17 years.
Well, I think that you bring something unique to the genre that is much needed.
What is that?
Insight and like perspective.
No, I don't think so.
Well, you're wrong, but that's fine.
I just think it was a fresh face, and to be honest, I don't know if it's too many black dudes doing this crap. So that
Yeah,
might be it too. I don't
yeah.
think I'd do anything special.
I
Plus,
don't.
I
I
don't really
mean, I
care.
don't know. Like, I just don't see a lot of people like that. Or I think it's just also you're brutally honest, and that's refreshing. Maybe not to everybody,
No, check the
but
comments. Definitely not.
I I appreciate brutal. Like, I mean, isn't I guess the brutal part sounds a little rough, but I like
Yeah,
that.
it is what it is.
I mean, you got to be able to I would just lay it out in a fashion that, like, when you do the review of the videos, that is where what I'm talking about perspective, and because you've actually been through it, so it brings something unique to the table and for people to learn, and hopefully grow as human beings to look at all sides of a situation, and not everything is black and white. There's gray.
People got mad at me for that.
Why? For saying that's
Not
weird.
everything is black and white. Well, people crazy.
But that's
People crazy
how can people think that everything is black and white?
because they want it to be. I mean, Steve was texting me and we were talking. And a part when I was saying that when the first thing the lawyer said was because I'm a white lawyer and I have a black client, and I just went off about that. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you the most racist motherfucker I ever met in my life. Like that, you can't tell me that's not you being a fucking racist. Because why would you put that the first thing you say out your mouth? That lets you know how you really are. And then for you to say an all white jury, and then you got black people and white people who fall for that. Be like, yay, you such a
Yeah.
social justice warrior. No, you a racist son of a bitch, and you know it. Stop playing with it. That's all it is. And people fall for the dumbest shit ever. Um, just as a cop, experiencing certain people. Like I remember, I had a job one time, and it was like that's not even a landlord tenant. Let's say it was a roommates fighting. It was a Japanese girl, and it was
Hmm.
two white girls. One who identified as a freak, and the other one identified as like a non-binary.
Okay.
So once again, if you know me, just listening to me at this point in time, people have to realize that I just don't care. Like
Yeah.
nothing personal. I just don't. Your life is not mine. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
So when I got up there, it's like the white liberal girl. I need you to come here quick. I said, I need you to get the fuck out of my face. Like, take two steps back. Who are you? Um, so the little Japanese girl come out. And one thing about the foreign culture, especially in Japan, they don't, I guess they gender roles are very specific. Like, they don't really like to play with anything. Like, it is what it is. So she didn't really understand what was going on with this. And she was being nice. And we were talking. And she was like, I just told her, don't have a lot of these people here. It was half her apartment because they were tearing shit up, smoking weed and everything else, and just being
Okay.
like assholes. So the non-binary one just started going off, and when she was like, "I want her moved out because she threatened my life." This Japanese girl was like 5'2", maybe 100 pounds. She was so tiny. She had some
Yeah.
big ass titties though. That was one thing she had. I had to give her that. That fucked me up. I did not realize she had them things coming out of her. But she she was so timid, and it was crazy. So the
Yeah.
next this is when I knew that the LGBTQ community are fucking racist. Because the first thing she said was those people need to get out our country. I said, wait a minute, who the fuck you think
What?
you talking to? Yeah, and it's not the first time I heard that.
Wow.
Yeah, they some racist bastards. Don't let them fool you. Do not let them fool you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they say some shit out their mouth. I don't know why I told that story, but I felt like I needed to tell it. I don't know where that came from, to be honest with you.
Somebody needed to hear it, I guess. But yeah, I think that there's how do you say it? And that's the thing is everybody's worried about like, like what if I say the wrong thing and it's not politically correct or it's like, you know, I don't know. But when you can
What's the
have conversations, then you can really like change, because ignorance is just like you don't know what you don't know, and but then once you do, know and you don't do any better, then you're just stupid. But like I think that chasm between they don't like society, like the powers that be, like they don't want people to actually have conversations, because conversations is what changes the world. But when everybody's all worried about how, every little thing's going to hurt somebody's feelings, or, it just gets so tiring, you know? I don't know.
But why do people concern themselves on changing others so much? What
I
is
don't
with that?
know. I don't know. I don't know why it's important. Uh, I always have so many questions, and I had a friend that helped me out a lot, but she's we don't talk too much anymore, so I don't have that help. But like, I just have so many questions about all these things with identity. I don't know. There was a friend of mine, she goes to school boards all the time, and she keeps going now because there was a cat in the school, like a kid that decided they were going to be a cat. And and so
Please tell me
literally
that was a little white.
this-
Please tell me that was a little white boy.
it was a white girl, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, of
Even
course.
better. Even better.
Yeah, even better, right? And and like, so there's like making allowances for this identity, this cat identity. And
They gave her a litter box.
yeah, in the bathroom. And
Stop it.
then the whole town went nuts. Yeah, like you could ask, GP's probably still in here. She can tell you all about it. It's crazy.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, white people. What are we doing?
a litter box in the school bathroom. Yeah, ask GP about it. Yeah, like
This
she
is
went. She goes
why
to school board meetings.
this is why I
Um,
pull out. This is why I pull out. I can't have none of these little retarded ass kids running around here.
yeah,
This is
and
exactly why I pull out.
yeah, it's just gotten to a state of it's an easy fix though. You know what, kid? Like there's a parent that's allowing their children to identify as a cat. Like that, those two parents are out there in the world raising kids. That is fucking terrifying. Okay. But like, if my kid came to me and was like, "Mom, I'm a cat," I would be like, "Give me your phone. Cats don't have phones." Easy fix. Done. No more kid cats. Doesn't exist.
You know how dedicated. I think I might encourage that with my kids just to see how dedicated they are. I ain't
To
gonna
be
lie
a
to
cat.
you. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm a sick fuck. I wanna run this social experiment to see how dedicated you are to being a
Yeah.
cat. You ain't got to worry
Yeah.
about taking baths. You're gonna
Yeah.
sleep the fuck outside. We're gonna feed you
Yeah.
cat food. Let's see how
Yeah.
dedicated you are.
And give you a ball
Oh,
of yarn and
yeah,
lead
and when
you
it's
to
time to go on
your
trips,
pedestal. Yeah.
you ain't going to trips because cats don't go on trips with us. I'm gonna make sure I go everywhere that you usually love to
I
go, but
agree.
now you can't.
Yeah. And there will be no more cats. There will be no more kids being cats. I don't know. You just tell them no, you know? But it was funny. My oldest daughter, because she's old enough to pay for her own dinner, right? So we're out to dinner, and she was like, talk about how old she's getting and everything. It came time for the bill and was like, "You can pay." And she was like, "I do not identify as an adult."
Yo,
Oh,
my
everybody
niece.
dying laughing. It's my fault. I put her as a male on her passport. Checked the wrong
Why?
box. Dyslexia. Just filling them out. I couldn't fill it out right, and then the lady caught it, but then she's back to her, and I'm like, anymore? Like they don't even. That's not a thing. Like if you
Mm-mm.
like in an airport or wherever, like they don't talk to you about your gender anymore. That's crazy.
Nope,
But yeah,
not at all.
Munchausen by proxy. I think that is a really, um, I think that is an issue that is definitely going on. I am like, I watch, and this is another crazy thing. And then I got to go because my daughter are going to Casco. So this, I was looking up something. I was trying to find a video that someone had told me about, and it is a transgender woman that is talking and telling the truth about she transitioned when she was really young and all of the fallout in like physically, mentally, and that it wasn't a good choice and she shouldn't have been allowed to make it. And like the negative effects. And then I'm like looking at the video, I'm like, oh, no wonder I couldn't find it. It had 0 likes, 0 views, because it
No.
didn't make that, you know what I'm talking about, that
Hmm.
YouTube's been doing, like taking those away. And this is someone in that community that's trying to talk sense into these parents and schools. That's where I draw the line. Like, you do what you want. I don't mind your business, but like when you're doing that to children, I think it's abuse.
I think they're
You don't know
doing
the
that to
side
make
effects of
YouTube.
all of those hormones on an adult, let alone a child. You don't.
Well, the people I got to blame it on is white women. I think y'all done started this nonsense. So y'all got to fix it. Y'all got to fix it.
You
Respectfully, y'all
did
got to
what?
fix it.
You can't put people into like a cat. Like I'm not the problem. There's a lot of other white
Um,
women that aren't the problem.
yeah, yeah, but the ones that are the problems, y'all need to fix it. Like I'm fixing my shit over here. Y'all got to fix y'all home. Y'all got to go ahead and take care of that. You know,
I see
clean
your
up your
point
dirty
there.
laundry.
Oh, there
I'm
was
cleaning up my dirty laundry.
a couple women. They were, I don't know. I didn't even know what to think about it. They talked so fast. I was so confused. I didn't know if I liked them or hated them. But yeah, I think that that is a valid
Yeah,
point.
I
I
speak
think
speak
that
facts.
there
People
are a
don't like
lot
what
of
I say.
men anymore that are spoiled little brats, and they're
Bitches.
emotional, and they have really low self-esteem, and then they are also simultaneously in a place of power. And there are women that are disgusting, absolutely deplorable, all over the place, no business being the over war. Like that lady, I can't stand her, the Secretary of War. She is just disgusting. Pelosi, I mean, there you just go down the list. There's so many that run an agenda.
Mm.
And whenever you get a group of people, no matter what they are, they could be a group of cats getting together, and you give them, some kind of little power and a way to perpetuate propaganda onto people that are dumb, then you end up with a really shitty situation every single time. It don't matter what side of the coin you flip. And then when you erase history, like they don't even teach about the Holocaust and WW2 and all what happened and how that literally ended up happening, to the Jews and Hitler and the Nazis. Like, they weren't all bad people. They were sold a propaganda, and they bought it up. They believed it. Like, you say something loud enough and scary enough, and that's how you get people to get in line and sign up for whatever you're selling. And that's what happened. And then when you erase that from history books, you're going to repeat it. Can't remember who
Yeah.
said the saying, but that's, so tearing down monuments and taking certain things out of textbooks is not the answer. Just leads to more feelings. Everybody, if you feel like it's this, then I don't know.
I got a saying that I always tell people. The creator of the guillotine was also killed by it. So people don't
Ooh,
really
say that
realize
one
that.
more time.
The creator of the guillotine was also killed by it. The person
Yeah,
who created it was his head got chopped off by the same
that is,
device he created.
wow.
Blows your
Yeah,
mind, right?
that's a deep philosophical. Like, it's simple, but it's also philosophically, like, so important.
Yeah. So you join the mob, it's gonna turn on you. It always does. It always does, and
Yeah.
you can never be enough of what they want you to be. You always
Mm-mm.
gotta keep pushing to the point where you destroy yourself, and
Exactly.
then you be cutting your dick off and your titties off and walking around with a flag for no reason.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think that I don't like it that it's being used as a political venue, or like an attention seeking
Mm.
arena. But I'll tell you what, I can't imagine if I woke up tomorrow and I had a dick, and like now society is telling me that I'm a man. I I can't wrap my head around how that would feel
You don't want this problem.
if the roles were reversed and I wake up tomorrow and I have a dick and I am now supposed to be a man because society says that I am. I think that would be horrible to have to, you know, because other people tell you like it's not right for you to do this, then like that you are miserable. For the people that it truly is a yeah, I can't imagine. So
No, the worst part about it is you feeling like you need to get some coochie and then finding out that destroys your life. So I don't think you want these problems. Any man lets you know
well, I
you
don't
don't
have
want
to
this
worry
stuff.
about it, but like
No, you don't. No, you get to go to Costco's with your daughter.
I'm going to
You know, you get.
Costco. I am. She's sitting here looking, staring at me, so I
All
better
right,
get
that's
going.
it. All right, thanks
Thanks
for
for
having me,
coming
man. I'll
on.
see
I
you later.
appreciate it. I'll see you
No
later.
problem. All right.